Hey crypto enthusiasts! Ever wondered what happens when a major player in the digital asset space throws its hat into the ring for a somewhat underappreciated cryptocurrency? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving deep into Gemini's surprising embrace of Bitcoin Cash. Now, before we go any further, let's paint a quick picture for those who might be a little less familiar. The cryptocurrency landscape is a sprawling and ever-evolving ecosystem. You've got your titans like Bitcoin and Ethereum, the household names that often dominate headlines. But beneath the surface, a whole host of other digital currencies are vying for attention, each with its own unique history, technology, and community. Bitcoin Cash, or BCH as it's often called, is one of these contenders. Born from a hard fork of the original Bitcoin blockchain back in 2017, it emerged with a core mission to be a more practical and scalable form of digital cash for everyday transactions. The primary difference at its inception? A larger block size, intended to allow for more transactions to be processed faster and at lower fees than the original Bitcoin network. For a while, Bitcoin Cash enjoyed a significant level of support and adoption. It even briefly held a spot among the top cryptocurrencies by market capitalization. However, as the crypto space matured and new solutions for scalability and transaction efficiency emerged on other platforms, the spotlight on Bitcoin Cash gradually dimmed. While it still boasts a dedicated community and continues to operate, it's fair to say it doesn't always command the same level of attention as some of its peers. This brings us to Gemini. Founded by the Winklevoss twins, Gemini has established itself as a reputable and regulated cryptocurrency exchange and custodian. Known for its focus on security and compliance, Gemini has historically been selective in the digital assets it chooses to support on its platform. Listing on Gemini is often seen as a significant stamp of approval, signaling a certain level of maturity and adherence to regulatory standards. So, when Gemini announced its support for Bitcoin Cash, it definitely raised some eyebrows across the crypto community. Why Bitcoin Cash? What strategic rationale underpinned this decision? Was it simply a matter of expanding their asset offerings, or was there a deeper conviction in the long-term potential of BCH? To understand Gemini's move, we need to consider a few key factors. Firstly, user demand plays a crucial role for any exchange. Gemini, like its competitors, aims to cater to the preferences of its user base. If there's a significant segment of Gemini users interested in trading and holding Bitcoin Cash, then offering support for BCH becomes a logical step to retain and attract users. Secondly, Gemini has always emphasized the importance of offering a diverse range of digital assets that meet their stringent security and compliance criteria. The fact that Bitcoin Cash has been around for several years, has a well-established blockchain, and a relatively active development community likely contributed to Gemini's comfort level in listing it. They would have conducted their due diligence, assessing the technical robustness, security protocols, and regulatory landscape surrounding Bitcoin Cash. Thirdly, we can't ignore the potential for market opportunities. While Bitcoin Cash may not be the headline-grabbing cryptocurrency it once was, it still possesses a substantial market capitalization and trading volume. By offering support for BCH, Gemini taps into this existing market, potentially attracting new users and increasing trading activity on their platform. This can lead to increased revenue through trading fees. Now, let's delve a little deeper into the potential benefits that Gemini's support could bring to Bitcoin Cash. One immediate impact is increased accessibility. Being listed on a reputable platform like Gemini exposes Bitcoin Cash to a wider audience of investors and traders. Gemini's user base, known for its focus on security and regulatory compliance, might now feel more comfortable engaging with BCH. Furthermore, Gemini's support could lend a degree of legitimacy and validation to Bitcoin Cash. In a market often swayed by sentiment and perception, being listed on a well-regarded exchange can boost confidence in a digital asset. This could potentially attract more institutional interest and further adoption. Another potential benefit is increased liquidity. As more users gain access to Bitcoin Cash through Gemini, the trading volume and market depth for BCH on the platform are likely to increase. This can lead to tighter spreads and more efficient price discovery, making it easier for users to buy and sell Bitcoin Cash without significant price slippage. However, it's also important to consider the broader context of the cryptocurrency market. While Gemini's support is undoubtedly a positive development for Bitcoin Cash, it doesn't necessarily guarantee a dramatic resurgence in its prominence. The crypto landscape is incredibly competitive, with new and innovative projects constantly vying for attention and capital. Moreover, Bitcoin Cash still faces some inherent challenges. The debate over its scalability solutions compared to other Layer 1 blockchains and Layer 2 protocols continues. While the larger block size was initially seen as an advantage, it also leads to larger blockchain sizes and potentially higher resource requirements for running nodes. The ongoing development and adoption of Bitcoin Cash will ultimately determine its long-term success. So, what does Gemini's support for Bitcoin Cash really signify? It's likely a confluence of factors, responding to user demand, recognizing the established nature of the BCH blockchain, and capitalizing on a potentially profitable market. It's a vote of confidence, perhaps not a resounding endorsement of future dominance, but certainly an acknowledgement of its continued relevance within the digital asset ecosystem. For Bitcoin Cash holders and enthusiasts, this news is undoubtedly welcome. It provides increased access, potential for greater liquidity, and a degree of validation from a respected platform. However, the journey for Bitcoin Cash is far from over. It will need to continue to innovate, attract adoption, and demonstrate its utility in a rapidly evolving market. For Gemini users, the addition of Bitcoin Cash provides another option for diversification within their digital asset portfolios. It allows them to access a cryptocurrency with a distinct history and technical proposition through a secure and regulated platform. Ultimately, Gemini's support for Bitcoin Cash is a reminder that the cryptocurrency market is full of surprises. Just when you think you have a handle on the major narratives, a seemingly unexpected development can shift the landscape, prompting us to reevaluate and consider different perspectives. It highlights the ongoing competition and the constant push and pull between established players and emerging technologies. It will be fascinating to observe how this development unfolds in the coming months. Will Gemini's support lead to a renewed interest in Bitcoin Cash? Will it attract new users and capital to the BCH ecosystem? Or will it simply be another addition to the growing list of supported assets on a major exchange? Only time will tell. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.